The situation in Sudan is utterly heartbreaking, and 3 days of hostilities will only have brought pain and loss to civilians, as well as those 3 humanitarian workers who lost their lives. The UK is the penholder for Sudan, so the world will be looking to us to lead on this. So I hope the UK will step forward in that role. A few questions for the Minister. Firstly, what are we doing to monitor, prevent and to also collect evidence of atrocities that are taking place, because we must ensure there is accountability? Secondly, a number of sanctions were due to be lifted last week in the hope that this transfer of power would take place. It clearly has not, so can he please confirm that there will be no lifting of these sanctions? Thirdly, the head of Sudan's army has said he's open to negotiations. I'd be grateful for the Foreign Office's assessment of how sincere this is. And finally, the most 2 important points for me. First is the safety of our people in Khartoum. I understand that movement around the capital is incredibly difficult at the moment. There are questions about the airport and whether it still can be used. How confident are we about the safety of our people, because there were families still at post? And secondly, how many British nationals remain in Sudan? Because we have to, I didn't hear the word evacuate in the Minister's comments, so I am concerned about the safety of all those British nationals at this time.
Minister.
Well, I thank the Chairman of the Select Committee very much for her remarks. I want to make it clear we call on all sides to agree immediately to a return to civilian government, and we urge all relevant authorities to protect civilians and honour fully the international conventions and rules which are there to secure the safety of non-combatants. She asks about the evidence of atrocities. I assure her that the culture of impunity will not prevail here. And many of us marched against General Bashir back in 2007-8 when atrocities were going on in Darfur. The international community is still seeking to get General Bashir, who is currently under house arrest in Khartoum, in front of The Hague, so there can be no impunity at all. And she asks about the lifting of sanctions. No sanctions will be lifted at this time. But also, of course, the debt relief that Sudan was going to get, which was almost within its grasp, is now in peril and will not take place while this situation continues. And she asks about the safety of our people in Khartoum. The embassy is dealing with 100 calls that have come in from the British community, and we are, of course, prioritising the safety of our people in Khartoum, which is of great concern to us, and on issues of evacuation and so forth, we are in close touch with our allies on that matter.